Okay, hey, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Today's the 22nd of August 2017. You may think it's the 21st, but I got a lot of these shirts. This is a clean one. Get them from Goodwill. I got a phone call this morning, and it was sort of a hang in there type thing, you know, from a fellow farmer. But this is somebody that I respect quite a bit and has a good way with words, and it's about 20 years younger than me, I would reckon. And she said that there are far more people out there that feel the same way you do than you think. And with that in mind, I thought, nothing that's said, nothing's uttered, goes out void. It all has an effect. Everything has an effect. But to say nothing is signaling to, in this case, the Department of Agriculture, that it's okay, what you're doing is fine. You can screw with people's lives and it's okay. Well, it's not okay, and let me explain to you how this works. A lot of you are non-farmers and like this channel for one reason or another, and I don't really know the reasons for that. I just don't. I don't really have any channels that I watch, so I don't know, you know. But here's how that works. We're a family farm, so we have breakfast in the morning. That's kind of our roll call, and we have a plan what we're going to do, or I outline a plan, and then I get input from my staff, my kids, what we're going to do, and then we set about it. Now, yesterday was just a great day. It's a Monday. It was a beautiful day. We had some exciting work ahead of us. Everybody was really psyched to do it, and for me, as the father of the house, I have a lot of pride in that, and it is a community building experience to work together like this. And then we work with other farms around here and other people. We do things for them, and it's how we make our living, and it's a community building exercise. And that is so important. Community is important, and maybe that's what this channel is about. There are people in the community that aren't farmers, that are accountants, or that are auto mechanics. I know there are, because I have an auto mechanic friend that listens to me. And it's very important because I'm not an auto mechanic, but he's not a farmer, and we work together. So it's really important for this community to exist and carry on. But yesterday at 10 o'clock, in the middle of our work, spirits were high, everybody's feeling good, getting along good. A state car pulls in, and two bureaucrats get out of their air-conditioned car and walk over to us. A car with a state logo on it that we pay for. One of them is from Lansing, and one of them is local here. He's a local kid that I know. His name's Josh Felsk. The other one's Tracy something or other. I'll get it out there at some point. I think it's important to put their names out there and their faces. We did get quite a bit of video, so we're going to edit that and edit out my my abrasiveness, so I come across as just a great guy. No, we won't. I was a jerk. But at this point, when a state car pulls in here, it's kind of like Ronald Reagan says, we're from the state and we're here to help, or we're from the government and we're here to help. We don't see it that way. They've never helped anybody that I know. They've only hurt people that I know. And they've hurt my family quite a bit. And I, for one, am tired of it. And I believe that the good graces of the American public are wearing thin. I know they are with me. And people only take so much. And that's good. It's good, because then I sat down last night. My family, actually yesterday, it put us at odds because people don't see things the same way. One of my sons said, oh, they're just food inspectors, and then I've dealt with them long enough, for 5 years. He's 18. He was quite young when this whole thing started, that he doesn't realize that they're just the point of the spear, and they wish us no good. And we've learned that through experience. that they may come with smiles and just a car, but if they need to, they can roll in here with anything they need to get done what they want. And they have come here with search warrants, so it's not like they don't do that. The Department of Ag does search warrants, and they do arm up, and they do intimidate, and this is the Department of Ag. And for those of you that don't know, I'm an 80-acre farm here. I'm actually for sale because of this. I can't put my family through this anymore. And we raise chickens, and we have some milk cows, and we have a little butcher shop where we butcher chickens for people in the community. But the Department of Ag doesn't like that. And I thought that maybe it was just personal, but it isn't. It isn't personal, I don't think. I think that they are working an agenda, and their agenda is to destroy community. Because when I look into the industrial agricultural community, I see absolutely no community. I see a bunch of $10 an hour employees that are not dedicated to what they're doing. They're dedicated to the dollars that they're getting. Family farms were different. People died for family farms during the Depression because the family farm was your source of sustenance. So people would die for their property. Everything was on the table. Now, not so much, because, you know, the grocery store is full of cheap food. You know, people just think that food is, you know, everywhere. Well, it is right now, but that's not to say that it always will be. And I don't know about that, but it appears to me that what the Department of Ag is doing is destroying the community that's being created right around this little farm and a bunch of other little farms just like this. And maybe you think that's a stretch, but last night, like I said, things aren't too good around here. And normally when I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock, I was staying up and watching TV, which is something I haven't done in forever. And there is nothing on. I got Netflix, I don't have TV. So I go to watch a documentary. I wind up watching a documentary about World War II. And of course there's parts in there about what happened to people that were put into concentration camps, people who dissented, and they were murdered and things like that. And you know, I actually used to think, how could that happen? But as I sat there last night and I watched people being murdered and gassed and buried, thousands of bodies, sadly, I understood how that can happen. It's incremental, and it's because people allowed it. And the side that was oppressing, the side that was killed, got stronger. They got more resources, more energy, and became more brutal. Yesterday, the two young people that were here, the two bureaucrats, one was a local kid and the other one was some woman from Lansing, forget her name. Josh Felsk is the kid from local here. I'm sure they fancy themselves as big community people, but I can tell you that they created havoc in my home just by their presence. And every time that they come, it gets worse because we know what they're capable of. We know what their ilk is capable of, their bureaucratic ilk. I don't need to tell everybody some of the things that they do. But this is bad, and we really have to say this. We have to speak this. We have to get this out there, that this is what's happening. And I know I'm going to get all kinds of flack. You're equating the Michigan Department of Agriculture with the Nazis. Yeah, I am. They're acting quite a bit like that. What have I done? What have I done? Nothing. And all they do is keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And yesterday was about enough. It's Mark from Baker's Green Acres. I'm going to keep this coming to you because I believe that putting this out there, these words out there, have power and they have meaning. And identifying this problem is the only way that we can stave it off.